Dave behind the camera, we're the NC Beer guys, and welcome to another episode of the NC Beer Buzz. We have found our way to just about the jumping off point of North Carolina. We're down in Southport, south of Wilmington, not quite in South Carolina, but pretty far out from our normal roaming territory. And we found our way to the soon-to-be only brewery in Southport, the Check Six Brewing Company. Yep, it's going to be great.
The only one in Brunswick County, actually.
The only Brunswick County brewery, the only one in Southport, and we'll do a lot of other breaking our first before we go there.
Yeah.
We got Noah with us and Mike, who are the brewers, and you like are the brewer emeritus and the main guy, the brewer extraordinaire, wizard.
Keep going.
Right.
That's good.
He likes legend.
Mike's going to be like an everyday head brewer.
Yes,
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
And Tim is the brains and the money. Is that right? That's right. CEO, kind of the man.
That works for me.
Good. So again, we're in Southport, and they're getting ready to open. We hope we're going to get open in May. We're kind of soft opening soon.
Soft opening in about a month.
Right. Good. Thanks for everything, guys. Appreciate it.
No problem. Anytime.
Glad to have you.
We happen to be in today on the first day. We're actually making use of all this beautiful stainless steel, and they're brewing on site for the first time today. And that's got to feel good.
Absolutely.
How far have we been from planning? We know we're going to do it, sign the lease, or whatever the kind of real starting point was to today.
It's been a little over a year.
A year, okay.
Started planning about 2.5 years ago.
Knew you were going to do something somewhere.
That's right. Worked through several different types of business plans. Even considered opening a brewery up in New Jersey initially, and that was 3 years ago.
Just for
3.5 years.
For people who don't know, the New Jersey reference, Tim is active duty Air Force,
That's right.
and he's soon to not be active duty Air Force,
Right. I'm a guardsman.
Okay.
On duty status.
and he's going to relocate from Jersey
Down in North Carolina.
to North Carolina, making a North Carolina board for sure.
Yep.
So he's going to find his future here with us. So you knew you could do something.
That's right. For a little over 3 years, we knew we were doing something. We were exploring several areas, several different sizes of breweries, different business plans, and we ended up with Noah moving down here about 3 years ago.
So you,
Almost 5 years ago.
Well,
so you
yeah.
knew Tim from Jersey or from
Yeah.
somewhere else?
Yeah, we met years ago in New Jersey. Actually, his son and my grandson were in Boy Scouts together.
So you're kind of the scout he sent out ahead of the posse to look for the future.
That's right.
What is the territory?
Yeah,
look
if it's
like
not going to
there?
happen in Jersey, where can it happen?
Yeah, where
can
do we
it
go?
happen?
And you
And hey,
found-
this is a great place to have it happen, right here in Southport.
Actually, he found this location. We didn't know it was for rent.
Okay.
He popped up and said, "Hey, there's a place over there." I'm like,
Oh, wow, interesting. Good thing.
during the summer, this was dirt.
So a new complex. We're not in downtown old Southport. So if you're down on the waterfront, the old part of town, we're kind of back out on Southport-Supply Rd. Is that what we said?
Yeah.
In a fairly new retail complex. It looks like.
Yeah,
What's above the anchors is a fitness store behind us. What's in the other area? Some kind of eatery.
We've got a Fuzzy Peach, and
Fuzzy
we also
Peach.
have a Quiznos.
Okay. Good. So we knew we were coming to do something. Decided on Southport.
Yep. So about a year ago, we got serious about which equipment we were going to buy that would fit in this facility. When Mike found this, I think it was January.
Very close to that,
And we go, okay, well, 3,000 square feet will work. We settled on the equipment we wanted. We finalized our business plan, started talking to our investors, realized it was going to come through, put a deposit on the tanks, started talking with Cameron Management to sign the lease. We signed the lease in May.
I assumed that Southport had no beer regulations, pro or con. They
None
didn't have
whatsoever.
any.
They knew nothing. From January to May, that was all Noah.
Yeah.
going to the city
Working with
council.
the city
Board of
county,
Adjustment and,
figuring out what it meant to have a brewery.
And they were great. They were absolutely
But they,
very
didn't know. Great as they wanted to be, they didn't know.
That's right. So you
They
had
had to
to
put some things in place.
What's a brewery? You know?
So you were groundbreaking
Yes, sir.
for the next one, or whoever else comes behind you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the first one in the city, the first one in the county. So they had no idea what a brewery is. Now they do because of us. And
Did you find, we run this in the South, in the Bible Belt, we often run into some anti-alcohol sentiment. And I don't know about Brooklyn County. I don't know Brooklyn County, but is there some? Did you find some of that? Some people just get more alcohol down here?
I don't think so.
I haven't run into it, but it's funny. I'm not going to tell you what church my wife belongs to, but they don't drink. They're anti-alcohol. The sect that it is.
And being the first, you do raise those hackles.
Yeah, but right after they're talking in the building and they come to see me, it's like, hey, when you open it.
Right.
So they're not going to tell anybody, but they're going to be at the front door.
That's all you have. If you get their dollars, you don't have to have their hearts. Just get their dollars.
Everybody's been great. City's been great. Everybody's been great. You couldn't ask for more.
So, and they recognize that you will be an asset and economic engine of the area. So this could be a great thing.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Now you're gonna have the brewery and a tasting area also.
The tap room will have 16 taps. Hope to get our full line of beers on there and some more that we haven't. We have some recipes that we've been working on that we haven't published yet.
And the guest tap probably.
Oh, okay. So guest tap,
Absolutely.
which everybody doesn't do.
That's it. Oh,
And
why not?
that'll probably be a local guest tap, a college guest tap, or just some popular you don't know.
Well, there's some real good beer in Wilmington.
Right.
We've had it, and I have absolutely no problem putting the beer in here.
So maybe
They can
Wilmington
try
beer.
ours there.
Right.
Yeah.
We've talked to
Trade
a
out.
few other.
Sure.
We've talked to a few other microbreweries and. we
And
like
no,
what they're
no
doing.
food on site, but access for food trucks, order in.
Yep.
We won't initially have food on site. However, we are developing a menu of, it's not prepared food. It's stuff that you get, the
Cheese
plate from
tray.
across the street,
Right.
the Italian restaurant that can prepare an antipasta plate. We're going to have that kind of a menu available, and we'll store stuff that's easily prepared and brought out so you can have food, or you could bring it in.
Right.
And then we are working on a food truck plan. My wife's the chef. And
Nice.
so big things can happen here.
Good.
Any of the restaurants around are more than willing to deliver or bring their little cart out front or in the back. We have larger in the back, and we have pretty good sized parties to be catered.
That's an outdoor seating space too, like picnic tables and outdoor.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fun.
Out front, out back, and in the lot back there. Yeah. Got barbecue pits. and
Pick pickings
picnic
anytime
tables.
we can.
Great. So Mike, is there going to be something that's going to be known as the Check Six flagships? Or will it be all over the place with styles, or what are we hoping for?
We definitely don't want to have a single flag.
Okay, but a few.
Your
or-
taste is your taste, and my taste is my
That's
taste.
right. We're big.
What you like, we will supply to you.
So there'll be some of all kinds of styles.
Absolutely. From light to dark, bitter to sweet, all around, full scale.
And we've been doing recipes from your history as a brewer, or from what you think will sell, or how do you decide what to put on?
Very weird ways. He was in Hawaii and had a great, it was a porter.
So he
Calls me up. He says, hey, do we have a porter? I said, we will. So I sat down and I came up with a bourbon vanilla porter.
Okay.
That's off the chart. It's about 10.2% alcohol, and we made one batch of it. It was gone in minutes. And as a matter of fact, I have some for the taste. It's the only bottle left on the planet.
Oh, nice. Great.
So that's how he called me from Hawaii. He said, hey, we got to have this. Oh, okay.
So it kind of goes, you're trying to meet some demand across the spectrum,
That's
having some difference for all the different kinds of palates.
Exactly.
But yet you're not stuck with anything that's historical or branded. It's all, the world's open to you now.
That's what I'm thinking. We hope you're right.
To do whatever what hits.
Feel like
And then
it.
what hits, you
Yeah.
can continue to get consistent on. Because you know consistency is key, of course.
Yep.
Can we brew it time and time again to the same level of quality? Which is, I guess, your challenge.
And we will do that every time we go.
We have a lot of systems in place that will assure that the beer today is the beer next week and next month and next year.
Good.
We've been to a lot of places where they have a variety of different companies' beers, and they might have 3 or 4 different IPAs on tap because that's such a popular brand.
There's a lot of
But then they might only have one darker beer. It might be a brown or a
Yeah.
stout or a porter. But then it's only one, maybe one light beer, but they're so weighted towards IPAs. We want to have a place where you can come here and we have a great IPA, but we also have a blonde and a cream ale. We also have a stout and a porter and a chocolate stout. So we want to have that variety for all those different tastes that can come out here and try the beers that we've been working on for years.
Oh, that's great.
Some people say they don't, well, I don't drink beer. I don't like beer.
Well, we
My answer to that is that's like saying you don't like music. You like music, you just haven't found the kind of music you like. Well, it's same thing with beer. There is one in the world, somebody might make it, maybe not us, maybe one of the breweries
Somebody
will
does.
say, hey, I like this. My wife is very close to liking her chocolate stout.
But you've got to be open to trying and to experimenting and to finding what beer meets your palate.
That's right.
That's right.
Somebody can come in and say, hey, I like sweet potatoes. Can we make a beer of that? I don't know. We'll try.
Well, it's been done.
I know.
Sweet potato farmers was great.
I know. But
It'll be great.
there's a lot of, you can do a lot, you get a lot of a wide spectrum of things you can try and do and perfect because you have 2 pilot systems plus this one.
Well, and one of the things that we like to think being pro NC craft beer is that we've got a lot of abundance of agriculture here to draw off from, whether it's sweet potatoes. Whether you mentioned that because it's what kind of product.
I did.
We're huge in sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
And there are sweet potato beer being made, not great distribution, but they're good beers. So if you can make sweet potato lager, tie into the local economy down here, you are bringing the local farm fresh stuff in. That gives that synergy to Russell County. That's not golf or tourism. It's something else. It raises us all.
And we have absolutely no problem. Anything that we can support
Local
in North Carolina, absolutely. We're here. Why would I go to Oregon if I don't have to get to whatever it is? If it's here, I'll use it from here. It doesn't matter if it costs anymore. It's local and I'm using it.
Yeah, because the quality should balance out locally.
Right. Yeah, it's right.
So I know it's a little early, but before we close, do we know what the opening hours will be, the tap room, when you'll be open?
We
Yeah.
open 10 to 2.
10 to 2,
No, 2 to 10.
10.
2 to 10, 7 days a week?
We're going to start with 7 days a week.
See how it
it
goes.
works out. That's right.
And then we'll adjust the hours depending on whatever we need to do.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty much the plan.
Mike will be the director of brewery operations. So, like you were saying earlier, he'll be working the assistant brewers back here, consulting with Noah and I. And obviously, we try to be here, growing. This is what we've been doing for so many years.
And it's
Love
why
to be
you
here.
came to be doing this.
Why? That's right.
You don't want to, it's just not a hands-off thing.
That's right.
You can
Right now, I'm the secretary of the treasurer. I go to the bank. I take care of some
And you'll be
of the
pouring you pots across the counter too.
Yeah, we-
You'll be
we-
pouring.
I'm an
we work in
engineer
the
and
front
electrician,
That's right.
and I also sweep out the place.
You're multi-talented.
I try.
Right.
You have to be. I mean, you just
My wife is the director of the taproom operations. She's been working the website, the Facebook site, the Twitter site.
Right.
I know you guys have been communicating with her a lot. She did design most of our beer labels, helps with our branding names. We have a lot of aviation, early aviation history associated with our beers based on my flying background. She does all that research. She's really been working the marketing, talking with the local crowd about what will fit around here with music and working on the tap room in that regard. So
It takes all the skills.
it's going to be a big, yeah, we go way back, so we're pretty much family. So it's going to be a family-run business. We have, 5, 6 of us already in the family all work right.
We'll have some entertainment out there and some things like that. Matter of fact, the other day, a country and western star, I'm not going to mention his name just now, stopped in to see how he could fit into this. And he was talking to Tim and I, and
All right.
so that'd be cool.
That sounds great. We'd love to hear more about that. We'll hear about that off camera.
You will.
Okay. Thanks so much for having us in. We appreciate it.
Oh.
We wish you the best of luck, of course. And when you guys find yourself at Carolina Beach and Southport and Wilmington this summer, make sure you get down to Southport and come just back off the beach a little bit, find your way to Check Six Brewing, and check out what these guys are doing. And they would appreciate it, and we'd appreciate it. Until next time, this is David Glenn, NC Beer Guys, with another episode of NC Beer Buzz. Remind you to drink local and keep your beer dollars in North Carolina.